Hello everybody, welcome to another airport update of the Newark Liberty International Airport Terminal B. This is update number 6. This is the international terminal here at Newark, but we'll be beginning here with some domestic airlines. So the 737 Max 9 has been ungrounded. It is back, baby. And here it is on the Alaska Airlines 737 Max 9 in the West Coast Wonders livery. This one is in from Seattle, Washington, and it's on the turnaround back out to Seattle, Tacoma. So that is our only Alaska flight in today's update, but a very beautiful aircraft right here to kick it off here with the West Coast Wonders Max 9 here parked at gate 44. Our first of two Spirit aircraft today is this Spirit A320 right here with fence tips. This one is in from Houston Intercontinental, and it will be now heading out to Fort Lauderdale, just pushing back for its service out to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And at gate 45 Bravo, here we have this beautiful Gemini Jet Spirit A320 Neo right here. This one has arrived in from the Miami International Airport, and now will be heading out to Orlando. So another pair of Florida cities right there for the Spirit A320 Neo. Now move on from some of our domestic airlines here. Now move into the 50 gates here, the Bravo 50s, gates Bravo 51 through Bravo 57, and here we'll see plenty of United, but not exclusively United action. Now right here we have this United Express E175 powered by Republic. This one arrived in from Quebec City. I presume that Quebec City does not have a pre-clearance facility, unlike most airports in Canada, because the rest of United's Canadian arrivals park in Terminal C, which is United's, their main terminal here. The biggest one here as well, with all of United's flights. But this one, obviously, for whatever reason, the Quebec City flight always parks in Terminal B, and I assume that it is because Quebec City does not have pre-clearance, so they park here instead. So that is what this aircraft is doing. So not super typical to see the E175 parking in Terminal B, just because it's a small aircraft to park in the international terminal. Mostly you see wide-body aircraft, some like 737s, which we'll actually see later on here, for United, like doing international flights, JetBlue's international flights, but normally you wouldn't see like a regional aircraft park in here other than Porter, but yeah, you do see this United Express flight from Quebec City in here, so that is what this aircraft is doing right here, and it will be heading out to Minneapolis-St. Paul later out of Terminal C. It will get towed over. And our next aircraft here is this United 737 Max 8. This one arrived in from San Jose, Costa Rica, and it'll be heading out to Bogota, Colombia. So two Latin American routes right there. We see plenty of 737s, both the Max 8, Max 9 sometimes, and then especially the 737-900 fly a lot of those routes out of Newark and also to the Caribbean. So we see plenty of those also park here at Terminal B. This is our only one for today. But yeah, here it is. And doing a nice pair of flights right there. Taxiing in here, we see this top Portugal A330-300. This is flying for an A321 Neo. TAP does not fly the A330s in the winter season here to Newark, so it's only the A321 Neos for now. So this aircraft is not super realistic right now, unfortunately. But this one is arriving in from Lisbon, Portugal, and it will be heading back out there on the turnaround today. And now here we have a very nice lineup of these two wide-body beauties right here. Beginning in the back there, we have the United 777-300, filling in for a 222. This one arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and it'll be heading out to Los Angeles, LAX. And then next to that one here, obviously, this one is also doing Paris Charles de Gaulle, but this one on turnaround here, this Air France A350-900 with some of the new GSE right there, looking very spectacular. This is a great model by Phoenix, and it goes very well here at Newark. I've included this one in multiple updates now. It is back here again, so yes, this one looking great. This one on the turn from Paris Charles de Gaulle. I believe this is 2 updates in a row now that we've had a United and Air France Paris flights parked side by side, so that's kind of interesting right there. That is how they did it in real life with the United aircraft parking at Bravo 54, and then the Air France at Bravo 55. So that is, realistic to real life, but that is pretty funny that happened 2 updates in a row now, I believe. I believe it was the last one that happened. So that's pretty funny right there. So yeah, love our Paris flights right here on 2 gorgeous aircraft. Right here we see this United Airlines 767-300 in the Star Alliance livery, the old one. This one arrived in from Geneva, and it'll be heading out to London Heathrow. The actual aircraft was in the Star Alliance livery, but the modern day one, which is actually this exact same aircraft, which is very funny. This one now has the winglets on it and is in the modern Star Alliance livery, but it is still this exact same registration, which is in the Star Alliance livery, 653 Uniform Alpha. So that is really cool right there, and good that it's sticking around. I guess this aircraft is semi-realistic in this case, so that's very nice right there. And that'll do it for the middle pier here in the B terminal. So now we will move on to the 60s gates, the final pier here, filled with, mostly one airline, which I guess we'll see here, and some new models as well. So the highlights of the airport update, I guess, some of our new models here. And now being towed over here to Terminal A is the JetBlue A320 in the Mosaic tail. This one arrived in from Santo Domingo, and will be towed over to Terminal A, and then it will head out to Orlando MCO in Florida. So that is what we have going on here for our JetBlue A320, our only international JetBlue flight here in the terminal today. But yeah, looking great right here. Fortunately, won't be taken off from here. That's what they mostly do, even for like airlines like JetBlue. United does this with their aircraft. The international arrivals come into the Terminal B, and then they get towed to wherever else in the airport they need to go for the departing flight. So I guess that's a bit unfortunate, but Terminal B is not very big, so they definitely need to make space here for the international arrivals if they don't have a space for the aircraft. So it does make sense that they would have to do that, but it does result in a lot of aircraft getting towed away from the terminal, which is quite interesting. Very interesting operation. They do something similar at Terminal 5 at O'Hare, but that one obviously has more gates than Terminal B at Newark, and also more airlines as well. So it is a very interesting operation that we see here at Newark, but that's what this JetBlue is doing, and it won't be the last aircraft actually in today's update that we see doing this. And our next aircraft here is this SAS Scandinavian Air Service A321 Neo. This one arrived in from Oslo and is heading back out there. That is the one and only SAS A321 Neo service here, at least for the winter season. In the summer, it normally gets upgraded to the A330, but during the winter here, we see it on the A321 Neo. So that is always fun to see right here. A little bit of narrow body, international, transatlantic action. It's always fun to see. That's what we see right here with this SAS A321 Neo on the turn from Oslo. Right here we see this United 787-10. This one arrived in from Lisbon, Portugal, and is now getting towed over to Terminal C for its departure to Frankfurt in Germany. We'll get this aircraft here real quick and now move on to some of our new models here. But yeah, another aircraft getting towed over to Terminal C here. Very common with United. They do that a lot to make space for airlines that need to use this terminal for arrivals and departures. This one actually made way for the Air France A350-900 and Bravo 55, and this one will head over to Terminal C, where there's a lot more space for all of United's flights here at Newark. So, I should also mention that not all of United's international flights come into Terminal B. Plenty of them still, like at least half or maybe even more, still go to Terminal C. So there's clearly like some customs facilities in Terminal C, but I guess like there are more maybe in Terminal B. It's an interesting and kind of confusing operation here in Newark. So not quite sure, about all of that, but it is quite interesting that is how it is done here. But good to see here this United 787-10 here. Great model by NG Models. And also, Gemini Jets is making one. I'm not going to be picking any of them up because I do have this NG Models one, but definitely a recommended model, as it is a very gorgeous aircraft. Definitely do need to get some more United wide bodies here. I always say that for these airport updates, I need to get another 763, another 777-200, which I do have to do. I will be picking up another United wide body here soon. Won't be those two aircraft types though. So they'll leave that up to you to determine what is left in terms of United aircraft types for wide body. But I definitely do need to get a 777-200. That is definite need here at Newark that I do not have yet for whatever reason. And now we begin our new models here with this painfully ironic SAS A330-300 in the Star Alliance livery. Yes, it was just announced that SAS is going to be going to SkyTeam instead of Star Alliance. So this livery is definitely out of date now, but honestly, I'm just so happy to have an SAS A330 that I don't really care what livery it's in. I've been wanting an SAS A330 for many years now, like two. But here it is, and I'm glad to have it. So this one arrived in from Stockholm, Sweden, and it'll be heading back out there. Fun fact, I did fly an SAS A330 from Stockholm. It was a Chicago O'Hare, but still holds that I did fly an SAS A330 from Stockholm. So love this new model in here. It'll be great for Newark as they fly A330s from both Stockholm and Copenhagen. They also fly A350s, so I'd like to get an A350 model as well, but the A350 or the A330 rather will do well for now. And I'm super glad to have this model in here at Newark. And our final aircraft here, another new model here. It is the Austrian 777-200 by Dragon Wings. A very clean looking model right here. This one obviously arrived in from Vienna, Austria, and is going to be heading back out to Vienna in Austria, or Utrecht. So that is wonderful to see right here. Lovely model by Dragon Wings. Obviously in their old livery, they still do have some 777s in the old livery, so it is still very applicable here at Newark. And that is our final aircraft in today's update. So thank you all for checking this one out. I will try to mix up the time frame a little bit for the next update so we can get some different aircraft in here, and hopefully I'll have even some more new models by then that I can include in the next Newark update. But that'll do it for this one today. So thank you all for checking out this one. I will see you tomorrow, and as always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.